Thanks for your interest in the Pennsylvania Medical Society's House of Delegate resolution process. Our goal for this video is to provide you with a concise overview and help you successfully submit a resolution. Let's begin with who can submit a resolution. Any PAMED member who is a voting delegate to the House of Delegates may submit a resolution. If you are not a voting delegate, we encourage you to contact your county medical society and they will direct you to a delegate who may be able to introduce the resolution for you. It is important to note that those submitting resolutions need to do so in writing no more than 30 days before the House of Delegates. Moreover, delegates can submit a resolution on their own behalf or on behalf of a county medical society or specialty society. Voting delegates may also submit resolutions on behalf of the following sections: the medical student section, the resident and fellow section, the early career physician section, or the international medical graduate section. Resolutions received after the deadline may still be included, but it requires a 2/3 favorable vote of the House to be added. Resolutions submitted after the deadline will be viewed by the Committee on Rules and Credentials at its meeting on the Friday before the House begins. This committee will make a recommendation whether to accept the late resolution as business of the House. Authors should be present at this meeting to explain their resolution and provide the reason for delay in submission. Any resolution submitted after the Committee on Rules and Credentials has adjourned will require a 3/4 favorable vote by the House. How should you begin to write a resolution? The first step will always be to check with PAMED staff to see if we already have policy on the issue. Call or email our Knowledge Center and we will put you in touch with the right staff person. A few things to keep in mind when writing a resolution. The title should appropriately and concisely reflect the action for which it calls. Statements beginning with "whereas" make up the first part of the resolution. These should include introductory facts or circumstances which logically develop a formal conclusion for the resolved. The formal conclusion is called the resolved. This part of the resolution should stand as a complete and understandable statement without referring back to ideas contained in the whereas statements. Try to be as concise as possible, because if there is too much information in the resolved, it can muddle the resolution. If your resolution is adopted by the House, only the resolved portion becomes the policy of PAMED. That is why you cannot refer to points from the whereas portion of your resolution. As you create the resolution, please take the time to examine and provide the following. Number 1, you don't normally want to reaffirm existing policy. Therefore, authors should review the Society's policy compendium prior to submitting a resolution to avoid duplication of existing policy. If in your resolution you plan to ask the delegation to submit something to the AMA, it is also important to review if the AMA has existing policy on the proposed resolve. Please note that there are specific guidelines for submitting potential resolutions to the AMA, and you should refer to the speaker's letter for details regarding those guidelines. Number 3, if there is key information or data that you think would be important for the reference committee, be sure to send it with the resolution so that PAMED staff can forward it to the reference committee before the House of Delegates. PAMED staff will research the cost associated with accomplishing your resolution. We will add this to your resolution. In conclusion, as you consider submitting a resolution, please complete this checklist. Does PAMED or the AMA already have policy on this issue? Have you done your homework in gathering reference material? And if you have that material, are you providing it with your resolution to the reference committee? Have you talked with your county, specialty, or other delegates to ensure that the House of Delegates is the best place to address this issue? Or might it be handled more efficiently by asking your district board member to take it to the PAMED board for consideration? Are you submitting the resolution on time, and if not, are you prepared to follow the additional steps required for late submissions? Are you submitting your resolution to the correct person? Thanks, and we look forward to seeing you at PAMED's House of Delegates and Annual Education Conference.